A kitchen block! A kitchen block! Kitchen block! Kitchen block! What's up, guys? We are back for another kitchen blog. Today I'm going to be making shrimp scampi, which is not by definition. It's just basically shrimp with a very simple sauce to make. It's very cost effective, as I am as well. So let's go ahead and talk about ingredients. The ingredients are pretty simple. We got spaghetti. Spaghetti you can use just about any kind. I know whole wheat is supposed to be better for you. I'm just trying to use some stuff to get rid of that I've had in the pantry a while. Got some olive oil, salt, parsley, which you can basically use any kind of spice you have that you think might taste good. Lemon pepper seasoning we've got, of course, pepper, and then the shrimp. Now, there's a lot of different things you can do with the shrimp. Alright, the shrimp I'm using today are just small shrimp. They're cooked, deveined, detailed. That's not the right word. Tail off is what they say on the bag. And keep in mind that when you cook them, they're going to get smaller. So the larger shrimp you get, the better, because they're going to be more meaty when you're going to... crap. The larger the shrimp, the better, because they're going to shrink when you cook them. And making the sauce, they may sit in there a little longer than they need to be. So they do get pretty small. Another thing to keep in mind, it is cheaper to get the ones with the tail on them. But if you're trying to do it quick and not so cheap, then go ahead and get the ones with the tail off. And two of the ingredients I didn't mention are minced garlic and cream cheese. And you can also use butter. You don't have to, but you can. It does make it taste better. You can use a substitute, like a vegetable spread or something like that. Works about the same too. Okay, so moving on to the sauce. There's not really a method I have for this. We're going to start off with olive oil. And the cream cheese you want to put in early on because you want it to melt. Alright, so today I am using spinach and artichoke cream cheese. I've actually never made it with that cream cheese, just all I have left right now. So once we finish this, I'll let you know how that turns out. Alright, so I've got that cream cheese in there. Let me go ahead and add a little bit more oil. I actually had to turn the heat down quite a bit. I had it on maybe like medium high, when really you want to start off really low for this. Alright, and I am using this Smart Balance spread rather than butter, like I mentioned before. And notice I'm just using just like a little spoon to get all this stuff in there. I don't really have a method as far as measuring all this stuff. If you've made it a couple times, you'll kind of get the feel of it, and every time you make it, it's a little bit different. Okay, so now it should be smelling very good, all that butter. I've got some garlic. I probably would prefer the stuff that you chop up fresh, but this stuff's really convenient to have just in the fridge, and you don't have to get out a chopping board and all that to use it. So I used a pretty moderate amount there. Eventually it's going to be going into a lot of pasta, so don't be afraid to use a lot. Now we'll add a little bit of salt and pepper. And the parsley. Now it is time for the shrimp. So these shrimp have thawed out maybe an hour in the fridge, not very long. I'd say they definitely cook a lot easier when they are thawed out. But if you don't have a lot of time, the frozen stuff works just fine. Alright, so once you get all the shrimp in there, that's the time you want to turn up the heat to maybe about medium. Now that these shrimp have cooked for a little while, see they are starting to shrink. And you want this sauce to stay wet, but it is a really light sauce, so a little bit goes a long way. So the shrimp have cooked maybe 8 or 9 minutes here. I did add a little more cream cheese just because it was looking a little too buttery. It still kind of looks yellow on camera, even though it's pretty white right now. So that's about it for the sauce. You can let it cook longer if you want. You can add in some more spices. Oregano is popular, and I would say if you were going for more of a shrimp Alfredo, you could do about the same thing. Just rather than using cream cheese, you'd want to use Alfredo sauce. And we're now going to take all this and pour it over pasta. Alright, so we got a decent sized serving of pasta there. And we'll go ahead and add the shrimp first. And then I'll go ahead and take some of that sauce and pour it over. Alright, when we're done, we are left with this pretty saucy shrimp scampi. Very simple and easy to make. Alright, so that is the shrimp scampi. Came out pretty good. You can kind of add salt to taste if you need more salt. And it's one of those things you can kind of play around with and experiment, see what you like better. You can always add lemon, something like that, to give it more of a vinegary taste. Some of the things you can do to make it more of a meal is have a salad with it, make some bread, some kind of vegetable on the side. I might eventually show you guys the sesame green beans I make with sesame oil. They come out pretty good. And for what it is, it tastes really good. It is a very light sauce, so it's got a lot of flavor, but there's not a whole lot to it. So if you end up making this yourself, let me know how it came out and what you did differently. So that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I haven't been up to a whole lot. I have been playing Minecraft still. I recently got some Minecraft Legos in the mail and very rushedly put them together because I was so excited to have them. They are pretty cool, so you can expect to see that video up pretty soon. I did notice on my last video that I had used neon trees, and because it was copyrighted, it wasn't able to play on mobile devices, so sorry if you missed it. It is kind of frustrating. I don't know why it doesn't play on mobile devices. I would imagine just so you can't hear the song on your phone while you're watching my video, even though it's only about, I don't know, 15-20 seconds of the song. So I've yet to come up with my own music to use for videos, but that will happen someday. Alright, for my next video I will be doing chicken fried rice or the sesame green beans I told you about. Sesame green beans I might just do together because they're very simple. They only take like 5 minutes to make. So alright guys, see you next time. Let me know what you thought. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, blah blah blah. I guess I could just start off with me doing stupid things again. That's how I started the other one off. I could do one of the fake sneezes like kitchen block or something like that. Okay, I think that's enough. Then they'll have the classical music. Dun, 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 dun. That's not how it goes.